I had just flew in like 30 minutes before the game from Cabo for a week.
Okay.
And I was in no condition to play a basketball game.
What up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Players Podcast. My name is Kyle Hines, and I'm your host. Today, we got a very special guest. One of my guys. I know I say that a lot, but this is truly, one of my guys. He's one of the most lethal scorers in all of EuroLeague, and probably all the world. He's a 2019 EuroLeague scoring champion. Former second team All EuroLeague. Probably going to have a couple more. Hopefully a couple first teams in the future. Currently playing for AS Monaco. My guy, Mr. Michael Perry James. Mike, what's good, man? How's everything?
Good, man. I got a ride to a couple first teams too. COVID got one of mine.
That's facts. We're not even gonna lie about that. That's facts. Maybe even MVP. Maybe even MVP.
We don't need to discuss it.
Yeah. First off, man, I got to give you your props. I'm a soldier boy you on this one. You was the first overseas basketball player with a podcast or like a social media show. And I must admit, got to give you your props, your flowers. You was the guy that kind of started it off. And admittedly, the rest of us kind of, stole your idea. Back in the day, you had the Mike James show. And you was social before anybody else was social, bro.
It was fun, to be honest, but it wasn't me. It was cool for a little bit, though. It's better for you to do it than me just, watching it. It's better for you to do it.
How'd you come up with the idea and like originally, like what made you want to do it?
I don't even really remember why I did it, to be honest. I think first of all, I'd be bored at the house all the time.
Yeah.
And I was just like, man, that would be dope if somebody did that, like interview people. And then people started watching, and I was like, damn, I need to try to make it more professional, because it was kind of like janky because I just did it on Instagram Live.
Yeah.
So I took like a month off to get some stuff together, and then I was just like, man, this is too much work. I'm done. And I quit.
And this was like,
it was over for me.
Low key, like I said, you was the first to do it. This was like pre-COVID. It's like 2018, I want to say, right? Something like that. 18, something like that.
I was in Milan when I started.
Yeah, so this is like pre-COVID, before like IG Live really got like, like how it is now. Like everybody's on IG Live now, but like you was, like I said, Soldier Boy, bro. You was the first.
Hey man, I seen the vision. I just, I be trying to do stuff all by myself, and I ain't that, I ain't got enough patience, so it's over for me.
Feel you. Now you're in Monaco right now. I see you got the stars in the background, like you in the in the Wraith. So low key, man. How's Monaco? How's Monaco, man? How you enjoying life there? And you just, like I said, you just recently got there, but how you enjoying everything there?
It's dope. I like it a lot, to be honest. It's a nice city, a lot to do. I'm a big restaurant guy, so they got a whole bunch of those, and they got movie theaters. So that's basically all I need to,
That's all you need
to be solid right there. Yeah, that's basically my thing, and I can shop whenever I want to. So.
Is it something about the city that like surprised you, like before you went there? Obviously we all know about Monaco, the luxury, like you said, all the different stuff they got there. But was it something there, like once you got there, that surprised you, that was like totally different that you didn't expect?
How small it was. I didn't realize how small it is until I actually got here. Like,
really,
it's really like a 10-minute drive through the whole city.
Mm-hmm.
Or the whole country, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, like the whatever region or something like that.
Yeah. So it's like 10 minutes through it. Like I live on the edge of Monaco, and the gym is on the opposite side, and it takes me 10 minutes to get to the gym.
That's not too bad. It beats traffic.
It does, and then with traffic, it's like 20 minutes.
So you talked about like restaurants. Like, what's been your favorite restaurant or your favorite spot, like to kind of like just hang out and just be at?
It's a Indian cuisine restaurant called Maya Jai out here. It's called Maya Jai. I go there like twice a week. When you come, I take you. It's nice. They got a nice little curry and everything. It's dope.
On you.
I'm broke. It's on you for sure.
Now, Monaco is kind of it's a first year team in EuroLeague. And so far at this point, I mean, you guys been doing really well. You're an experienced EuroLeague player. So like, what has it been like coming to, a team or like an organization that's, coming to EuroLeague for the first time?
I mean, the whole organization doesn't have that much experience in general. It's not like they have like a really experienced EuroLeague coach. Like he's coached a couple seasons in EuroLeague or something like maybe like 1.5 or something like that with Asheville. So it's not like they have like a whole bunch of experience in general. So they don't like they don't know what they don't know. Like it's kind of like they're learning on the fly. And I'm like, I got like stuff that I know, so I'm trying to tell them, but it's like, unless you actually see it or like experience some things, you're not really gonna know until you're like, okay, this is why we should do this, and this is why we, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard to like gauge like what they'll know until we actually get through a full season. So I just try to make suggestions to everybody, basically, players as well, just by how to get through the season and when you should take your days off and when you should practice a little bit harder because you're gonna have this, you know what I'm saying? So stuff like that.
I mean, you kind of like a vet. I mean, it's like your 5th or 6th EuroLeague season, something like that.
Man, this is my 8th, man. What are you talking about?
8th? My bad. I ain't mean to shortchange you.
Come on, man. This is my 8th, man.
Now, what about like the fans in the city? I mean, it looks like from the outside looking in, watching the games, it look like, I mean, the court, like y'all home court, is probably one of y'all advantages that y'all have. I mean, it looks like it's a smaller gym, but it looks like the fans is like, really into the games, and they really kind of bring like a totally different atmosphere.
I mean, yeah. I mean, to be honest, I didn't know what the fans would be like coming here just because, I ain't never seen Monaco play. I never watched a game in my life.
Yeah.
So it's a smaller gym, but it gets pretty full. We've sold out a couple games in EuroLeague. I think like 3 out of the 4 we played in at home. So, I mean, that's a good amount, to be honest. And the fans be there, they be into the game. And I think they're appreciating us because we've been, competitive throughout the whole season. So it's definitely helped us out. I think, especially with a young team like we got, like fans are important to us because it's for a veteran team, you can kind of lock in without fans, and that it don't really matter. But for a younger team, we definitely need fans just to help us out with a little bit.
Facts. Now, in the interview, I think it was a couple of years ago, somebody asked you about, where was your next stop or be, where'd you predicted to be, and you said Monaco. Now, did you ever think that would actually happen, or you was just saying that just like this off of whim, just because that's where you want to travel at?
I mean, Kyle, you know me. I'm really competitive, Kyle, and I don't like other teams. I don't like other teams. It's not my team. So when he asked me, I didn't want to say another EuroLeague team because I don't like them. So I just like Monaco just kind of came to my mind because I ain't never been there. I ain't never played in France, and everybody said it was nice. So that just sounded good at the time. I didn't think I ever had like a chance of actually happening.
Now, do you envision yourself, and I mean, you can tell me to shut up if you want me to, but do you envision yourself being there for the long time, like for a long term, or like does this look like, home? Like I said, you 31, 8 years in EuroLeague, you've been around, but this feeling like this can possibly be, home for you.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it would be nice if they was in EuroLeague again, or we was in EuroLeague again, excuse me for that bad word, but being in EuroLeague would help, and if we're competitive and they moving in the right direction to try to continue to be competitive and get better every year, then for sure I'm staying here. I don't really need to go other places, especially if it's if it's a good environment and we can compete, and what else can you really ask for?
Now I'm gonna quickly go back to the beginning for you, in Portland, Oregon. Growing up in Portland, Obviously, everybody knows you got the nickname The Natural. And you kind of told me, low-key, I didn't believe you, but you told me, where you got the nickname from. So can you kind of, I think you explained it a couple of times on Twitter, but, what was growing up like in Portland, and explain the natural nickname that you use on Twitter and et cetera.
Portland is fun, and part of the reason why I got the natural is because I got a lot of different friends. Like, I don't got a lot of different friends, but I hang out with like my friends, and they got different friends. It's like a little clique, and everybody doesn't really play basketball.
Yeah.
So some people are football players, some people are track, some people are baseball. So whenever we go somewhere and go do something, it ain't always basketball. So I played every sport just because that's what all my friends are doing. That's just what, you know what I mean? You don't, like when you're young and growing up, it's not like you just like, I'm only gonna play basketball. I'm only gonna be, that's what kids do now. Back when I was,
nah, you did everything.
You played everything. Whatever season it was, that's just what you was.
Yeah.
In football season, I was Deion. In basketball season, I was Jordan. And in baseball, I was Griffey. All in one season. And then summertime, I was all three of them, depending on what we was playing. So, I mean, and I was just, when I was younger, I was just I'm athletic. I'm just kind of good at everything. Like, I kind of had just like a natural ability to just catch on to stuff and be good. So they just call me the natural.
What was basketball your best sport, or would you say that you were better at other sports?
It depends on who you ask, honestly.
I'm asking
Basketball's
you.
obviously my best sport now. At one point it was football, and one point it was baseball.
So did you have dreams? Did you always have dreams like to be a professional basketball player? Was that always like number one, or was this like was this like you just wanted to be, like you said, Deion or Bo Jackson, like anything, like you just wanted to be good at everything?
Whatever the season was when I was growing up, I just wanted to be that. Like I was like, bro, I'm gonna play in the NBA, the NFL, and the MLB all at once, and they're gonna let me do it because I'm gonna be that good. But then when I got older, it was just like, all right, I hope I can go to college. And then after college, it was like, all right, I hope I can go to another college and play D1. And then after that, it was like, man, I don't know if I'm good enough to play pro, but we'll see.
Yeah.
And then, it just kind of happened.
When did you just like start? When did you like just focus only on basketball? As was it high school, or like you said, was you in high school? Was you still playing all three sports, or?
Kind of in high school. I was playing only basketball, like later on in high school, but I mean, obviously in college it was a wrap.
Yeah.
Thought about going to try to play football in college, but I wasn't gonna do it. I think it was just me being bored.
I feel like you low-key got to be like a little bit crazy to play football. It's my opinion, like to get continuously.
Yeah, yeah, maybe. I mean, yeah, you got to be.
I mean, football players is different. They different.
They definitely got to be. They got to be different because of what they play. They got to be definitely different. So I don't know. Yeah, they got to be different for sure.
Now, did you think, because I did my little research, just you guys won the state championship, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how it isn't working. I'm sure that was a big deal, winning the state championship and everything. But did you feel like, because you came out of school and, you only had, from what I understand, you only had, low, not many Division I offers, Division II, Division III. Did you feel like you were under recruited? Was it more or less because, coming from where you came from, that it just wasn't, looked at or whatever? Because like you said, you end up going to a JUCO.
Like, my mom is just a regular person from Portland, so it's not like she knew anything about recruitment or colleges or what was going on or like clearinghouse or anything like that. So I didn't know nothing about really nothing until like halfway through my senior year.
Yo, that's crazy, yo. That's the same thing happened to me, yo. Like literally, like my mom's like didn't know anything about anything, yo. Like literally, like if it wasn't for like my one of the guidance counselors, like I wouldn't be able to go to college. Like literally, like she was signing me up for like normal classes and everything. Like we had no idea about clearinghouse, recruiting, like AAU. I didn't play AAU.
Know what that was at all.
Yeah, I didn't play AAU until like right before my senior year because I had no idea. I was just out there.
See, I played at AU and still didn't know. I didn't. Yeah. I was just out there hooping like somebody. I get an offer and I go wherever I want. So, like, so really, I wasn't even thinking about it like that. And then somebody, one of my AAU coaches asked me about it. My high school coach asked me about it because somebody asked him, and then one of the University of Portland assistants, his name is Eric Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, "So where's your clearinghouse stuff? What's your number?" And I was like, "Bro, I don't even know what you're talking about." And he helped me set it up and everything. And then he was like, "You need this score on this to be eligible to come to our school." And I was like, "All right." I didn't get that score to be honest, but that's what happened.
How'd you end up going to Lamar?
To be honest, that's a different type of story.
Yeah.
I got to Eastern Arizona JUCO because I was at open gym.
Yeah.
Sort of. My homeboy, one of my best friends was going there already. His coach was in town, and he came to open gym to watch him.
Yeah.
He was already going there, so I was there and I was playing, and then he offered me like a week later, and that's how I went there. And I didn't know what I was doing at that point. I was just like, yeah. I think my mom was like, yeah. My mom was like, yeah, you could just try to hoop around here and just get a job. And I was like, all right, bet.
Yo, because I met your mom, and your mom was like the sweetest lady ever. And I swear I could like hear her just like say that, like, you know, like she was probably like, all right, like, it is what it is, all right.
You could just get a job, you know, regular people stuff, you know, just basketball was cool. It's over now.
Oh man, that's crazy. So I want to talk a little bit more about Portland. The whole, you know, that whole area is kind of, I guess you could say, underrated as far as athletes and as far as you know, basketball in general. So I want to know, in your opinion, I mean, even at your school, I mean, you had Terrell Brandon. You know, you got you know, Big Sue that plays with the Dolphins. I mean the Rams now. Sorry, the Rams. I mean, it's been
the Bucks now.
The Bucks. My bad. The Bucks. I named all his team. Yeah, I named his whole his whole resume. I mean, AC Green, a bunch of guys were part of. So for you, who's the best player to come out of Portland?
Like basketball player?
Yeah, basketball player.
Terrell Brandon. He the only one. I mean, I don't normally count Kevin Love because he's not really from Portland, the city. He like from a city like right outside. So I don't normally count. But he from Portland. But I always say Terrell Brandon because he was like the first person to like be like somebody really, really good to come out of Portland. Like he went to like he was in all-star games and all type of stuff.
Yeah.
And he always came back to like the inner city, and he had like a barbershop in the middle of Portland. Like, so I always say Terrell Brandon. Yeah, a lot of people say Damon Stoudemire, but I say Terrell Brandon.
I mean, Terrell Brandon's underrated too, bro. He was, before he got hurt.
People don't really know about TB like that, man.
He was saucy. TB
was nice.
He was saucy. Then when you said when you finished your college career, you know, what was your thought about, you know, going pro? Did you, like I said, I mean, you came out, you had a lot of you know, a lot of accolades, you know, tournament MVP. You know, made the NCAA tournament. You had big games. I think you said you had a 52-point game or something like that in college, and then you had a big game versus Kentucky or something like that. So, you know, did you, from there, like, what was you thinking? Like, was you thinking, you know, I'm gonna go pro, I'm gonna go to the league? Like, what was your mindset coming out of college?
To be honest, I wasn't even like, I was so oblivious to overseas basketball that I didn't really know enough to know anything. I was just like, yeah, you could go overseas. Like,
yeah.
And overseas was just one big place to me. Like you just go overseas and you just kill and nobody can guard you. That's how it works. I'm gonna have like 40 every game. Like nobody can guard me. So I was just so oblivious that I knew nothing. So when some agents was calling me, I was just like, yeah, like y'all gonna be lucky to have me because I'm gonna have 40 every time. But I didn't know nothing.
So when you got to Croatia, when you got there the first day, the first week, And we don't gotta get into like why you left or whatever, but like just that first week, like was it such like an eye-opening experience for you? Like what was it like just being there, just like your first time touching overseas?
To be honest, it just make you kind of socially awkward. Like it make you not want to leave the house when it's your first time, because like I don't really want to go to Burger King and be like, I want that and point, and like I don't want to go to like a regular store and they say something, I'm like, hi, and they look at you like, damn, you're American, you don't speak what we talking about over here, and then you just kind of looking around like, no, I don't. You know what I mean? So it's like it makes you socially awkward. Like it just made me stay in the house and play video games all day.
I mean, you do that now,
like,
so I mean,
I do that. That's part of the reason why I do it now. To be honest, it's just like I got into such a routine. Like, yeah, let me just go home and get on my game, and it made me stay up at like. This is also why I got bad sleeping habits. I used to stay up until like 5 or 6 or 7 every morning and just hang out and talk to my homeboy.
Because you would try to be like on American time, like.
Yeah, I would just be talking, and then I go to practice at like 9 a.m. Take a long sleep in between practices, go to night practice, and just be up.
I mean, it makes sense because I mean, like you live. What's the time difference? What 10 hours, something like that. 10 11 hours. So it makes sense. Like I was the same way. Like I would go to bed at like probably like up to like when my wife came. Like I would go to bed like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. Yo. Like I would literally just be up. Because it was like I had no reason to sleep. Like, what am I sleep for? Like, I wasn't just gonna wake up and go to practice. I wasn't doing anything else. So
that's how I live now. So you
know. Yeah, you got by far the worst sleeping habits I've seen. One of the worst.
But I really just don't sleep, bro. Like I don't take naps. I can't sleep if the sun is up. That's really like my problem. Like if the sun come up, I'm up.
Yeah.
So like the house I live in now, my room don't black all the way out. So as soon as the sun is up, my dog is up and I'm up. So I'm always up at like 8:30, 9, no matter what I did the night before. So it's just and I just lay there in bed and can't fall asleep. I be trying though.
That's what I thought was crazy too, because I remember when we was playing together, I was like, you say you don't take naps, like you just be on the game until it's time to leave the game. Like we was in a hotel and everybody else be like pre-game naps, this, that, and the other, and you just be on the game. And then when it's time to go, you just pack it up and just leave. I'm just like, how do you function? It's crazy.
Okay, if I take a nap, I'll take something like every once in a while I take a nap before a game, and you can always tell what game it is. Because I look like I took a nap. Like I look real slow. I look like I'm tired. I look like I'm asleep.
That's funny,
like, bro. Every time I started off like I was asleep, it was because I took a nap.
You took a nap? I mean, yeah. I mean, everybody different. So
I can't do naps. I don't know how y'all do naps.
I mean, I can't survive without a nap. That's like if I don't nap, I look like I'm asleep. I look like I'm tired out there. So I got to.
You got the craziest wake up from nap face ever. When you come down for snack, you look like you mad and look like you trying to fight everybody.
Because I'll be mad. I'm mad I woke up, bro. Like I'll be tight, yo. When that alarm go off, I'll be tight, man. I'll be tight. My wife is saying now, like when I wake up in the morning, I'm hella grumpy, like hella grumpy. Like she don't even want to talk to me in the morning because I'll be mad. I'll be mad. I guess it's bad to say, but I'll be mad. I'll be waking up. I'll be like, man, I was gonna sleep extra hour or whatever. Now I'm gonna get me and you got some things in common that we both started out in second division Italy. Now I wanted to. And you was in second division Israel as well. And I wanted to kind of like really pinpoint that because obviously everybody sees your success today. And, for the younger kids, a lot of them, they think, like you just came overseas and immediately, was that guy. They don't really understand like so much about like the grind and what it takes to kind of, get to where you got. So, like I said, I think it's important to, to mention that, to talk about the grind and talk about those years where you said you was in the second division, had to work your way up, to get to where you got to. I think it was like 4 years before you got to EuroLeague or something like that?
2.5.
2.5, my bad. Sure. So talk about that, grind.
Shortchanging me, man.
Talk about like that grind of like, going from, the second division to now. Kind of put that in perspective for people, especially for the younger kids that's, that may one day play overseas.
Well, honestly, it was third division Italy, unfortunately. But I mean, it's definitely, you got to work on your game. If you want to be good, you got to work on your game just in general. So I mean, like, you don't get good without working on your game, and you can always tell who worked on that game the next time they come back from the season, who worked out this season. I can always tell who worked on that game from the off season.
Right.
Like, you can just see like who was in the lab, who was doing extra stuff, who got something new in their game, who did something new, who got this, who could shoot a little bit better. Like, you can tell who like plays basketball. Yeah. So I mean, if you don't work on your game, you're just not gonna be good. And no matter where you started at, you can get to somewhere else. It's just, you gotta take it serious. You gotta work on your game, like I said, and you gotta get a little bit lucky because you gotta kill and somebody gotta like you and somebody gotta see you too. So that's all kind of got some stuff to do with luck. But I mean, and I got an amazing level of confidence. So, that I always felt like I feel like who I was now before I was who I am now. If that makes sense.
When did you start like really kind of like you talk? I mean, for me, like, I know your work ethic. I know the work that you put in during the summertime. Like, I know that like you're in the gym, every single day. Whether or not you're doing hooping stuff, or you doing like plyometrics and all this different type of stuff, or you playing everywhere. But when did that point in your professional career that you started really taking like the off season like really serious?
Well, I'm just a basketball guy in general, so I can really just go play basketball all day anywhere. Like, you can hit me, this about me though. You can hit me up in the summer and be like, bro, we finna go hoop right here, and I'm like, all right, I'll show up like 5 minutes before and be ready to play. Be ready to do whatever y'all want to do and play for like 5 hours if that's what y'all want to do. So I just like playing basketball. So, I mean, that part was always easy for me, just to go and hoop and work on my game and just care about playing basketball. That part was always came natural to me because, I don't know, I just always really liked playing basketball. I just like playing sports in general, but working on my game and just something I felt passionate about just always came like an obvious thing to do. So that work, I guess the work has always kind of been there, but just having the knowledge to know what to work on as far as my body and like getting older and knowing what I need to work on like for the season just kind of came with playing every year. Like, at first when I was overseas, I just kind of played basketball all summer. Like, every day I was playing like 5 hours. Now it's like more precise, more what I need to work on, more what I need to get in. It's different stuff I do throughout the summer and just keeping my body in shape and stuff like that.
Do you think that it helps? I mean, to me, obviously, but do you think it helps that the competition that you play against every summer? Because, like you said, I mean, you're everywhere. Like, you're in the playground in Portland. You're in the Portland program. The next weekend, you in the Drew League. Next weekend, you in the lab with AD and Drew. Next weekend, you over here. So, do you think that helps as well?
I mean, yeah. I mean, obviously, playing against the same people at a time, it's going to be a limit to what you can reach because it's always the same people. So I try to like give a variety, and it helps that I got some friends that happen to be good at basketball or completely in positions to play people that can play people that are good at basketball. So that also helps a lot. So, and like, it kind of pays to be who other people think I am, I guess, because obviously people want to watch me play in the Portland Pro-Am because I'm from Portland and somebody likes me in the world. And then my brother T Mills coaches a team in the Drew League, so he always wants me to come play. So, it's just things that, I like playing basketball and people have opened opportunities for me to play. So it makes it easier to do that.
I'm going to get back to the Portland Pro-Am in a little bit, but I want to talk, first, two things. So first, when you got that EuroLeague buyout with Bosconia, what did you know about the EuroLeague up to that point? And then when you got there, you had tremendous success with Pasconia. The first year that was solid. The second year, y'all end up getting to the Final Four. So, what was, your first experiences like playing EuroLeague basketball?
I had no idea about what EuroLeague basketball was. That actually was the first year I actually played against or seen a EuroLeague team play. Because I was in Greece for them first 7 games, and we played against Panathinaikos and Olympiacos. And that's kind of when I started to learn about what EuroLeague was. Before that, I really had no idea. And then, so when I started playing it and pay attention, then I was like, dang, I got to watch everybody play. I got to know who does this. I got to know who's good. And then that ain't, that's kind of like I wouldn't say it's a drug, but that's something that I enjoy doing, like picking apart people, knowing what he's going to do.
That's something else that I think, I don't mean to cut you off, but I think that's something else that a lot of people don't know about you. Like, you watch every game and you literally know everybody's tendencies. Crazy. That was one of the most crazy things I thought. I'm thinking you just out there and this is mad natural for you. But you literally know what everybody's doing. And like you said, everything about a player, tendencies, all that type of stuff. For me, that was this crazy to understand.
Yeah. The funny thing is, Paris Lee on my team today, he was like, bro, you don't even really play defense. You just know all everybody's plays. So you just go to where they're going to be at.
Fact.
And I was like, bro, that's defense. If I know what y'all doing, what am I going to go? What are you talking about? But I mean, I just like watching hoops. So so when I go to play somebody, I already know what you want to do because I done watched you 20 times this year. I already know who you are.
Yeah.
I already know what plays you like to run in the clutch. I already know how you like to move. I already know what passes you really don't like to make. I already watched you. Not because I was scouting you just because I wanted to watch, but I already watched because I was interested.
Yeah.
So it don't be foreign to me when I be out there because I already done watched.
Yeah, man, it makes sense. I mean, you prepared, and I think I said a lot of people, like I said, because of who you are, they take that for granted, your level of preparation and professionalism in that sense.
Man, people don't like giving me credit for nothing, man. I ain't worried about it.
That's what we try to do, man. I'm trying to show people a different Mike James, man.
Man, people don't like giving me credit for shit out here.
Now, the second part of that question is obviously you made the EuroLeague, you did, did well, but then when you got to Phoenix, so getting to the league, and at this point now you starting to get more recognition of, like you said, people starting to know who Mike James is. So playing in Phoenix and playing well in Phoenix, did that kind of give you more confidence, or did it kind of give you validation to I'm in the league? I mean, did you ever think, that would actually happen, or that, that would occur?
To be honest, another thing a lot of people don't know about me is I have no problem with being in the NBA, but I don't care. It isn't my top priority in life.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah. I was gonna ask
you
about
when
that.
people be when people be nah, I gotta play in the league. I honestly don't care.
Yeah.
So I'd rather just be happy, make good money, and just play basketball.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, the league is nice. It was fun. Both of my experiences were super dope, and the league just ain't for everybody. I mean, they say it's the best 450. It's probably the best 300, and then we could just argue about the rest just by people's situations.
Yeah, that's facts.
So people just got different situations, and some people want to do this, and some people want to do that. And I'm just one of them people that if the right situation came along and I could get in and be comfortable, I would love to go. But if not, and I can find a better situation in Europe to play, then I'd rather be in a better situation that's going to make me happy. Because I mean, a season is a long time to be somewhere and not be happy.
That's facts. That's 100% real.
I think that's what some people get lost in, saying they want to be in the NBA. Yeah, you get to be closer to your homeboys. Yeah, you're in the States, but you playing 25 minutes a game over in Europe, you contributing, you on the court, you calling out stuff. But now you one of the dudes they just show dancing on the bench in the NBA. It can't be fun.
Yeah.
I'm a competitor. I hate sitting on the bench. I hate coming out of the game.
That's what I think sometimes people don't really understand about you. Is you're a diehard competitor. I know that about you because I played with you, played against you, but I know that you Like that's all you care about. Like, you care about competing. Like you don't care where it is, how it is, wherever. You just want to compete.
Man, I'll beat my daughter in one-on-one if she tries to play me right now. 100%. It's not a game over here. It's not. If it's something on the line, I'm trying to win. It's not for like, I don't know. I know how some people live. Like, it's just a game. Like, you know what I'm saying? I want to be in the NBA and just say I'm in the NBA. But what does like saying you in the NBA get for you?
Yeah.
Like, I've been in the NBA twice on 3 different teams, and it just, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was cool to be walk around like, yeah, I'm on the Suns, or yeah, I'm on the Nets. But like, I really don't like recognition anyway. So me saying that ain't really like. I'd rather just say, yeah, I play overseas, and then you don't know who it is, and you won't know me, so I can just go away.
Keep it moving.
Yeah, so I ain't got to talk no more about it. Like, if I say, yeah, I play basketball. Oh, for who? The Nets. Oh, for real? How's playing with Katie and Kyrie and James? It's all right. I mean, they're good. Then you got to have a whole spiel. Like, I'd rather just go about my day unbothered.
But how many people, and I'm sure your homeboys, and I'm sure, other people, what I mean, have like talked to you like, yo, why are you not in the league? I'm sure that's like a conversation. Like people probably like get mad at you. They probably just be like, yo, why are you not in the league? Like, why are you not playing in the league? Like, how many times did that conversation happen?
To be honest, my homeboys don't really ask me.
Yeah.
To be honest, because they're close to me, and people that are close to me already know like how I am. So it's like not really. It's more of like a people who don't know me type of thing. Like ask me that, and then I just be like, normally I either say I don't know or, I don't. I just give very vague answers that make it seem like, man, I want to be, but I'm not. But that's probably not. It's kind of 50-50 at this point.
Now, because like you're also, and I don't know how to say this, but it's like you're like kind of like the first non-NBA like viral player. Does that make sense? Like your workouts. Like first of all, your workouts. So like your workouts, they post your workouts on Instagram, and now you got a bunch of 11, 12-year-old kids, trying to shoot this one-legged floater. Real rap, like there's kids in my neighborhood that like low key like just talk to me because like I play with you or I know you. That's like this is dead serious. Like I'd be like, oh, they be like, I'd be like, yeah, I do this overseas. Be like, no, but you know Mike James, like you could call him on FaceTime right now, like you know him. I'm like, yeah, I know him, but I'm be like, you know what I mean? So like, how does it feel to be like that type of guy? Like like you're like social media, like you say one thing on Twitter, you get, the whole Kyrie thing or whatever. You just mentioned, you could say the earth is flat, or you could say the sky is green, and people going to retweet it and go crazy. Like, so how is that like for you to be like as an overseas guy, be able to kind of move the needle like that? Like, does it, I'm sure for you, like, I know you, like, you don't take it serious, but like, how does it feel to be like in that position?
People was mad about the Kyrie thing. They was mad about that. But to be honest, I don't like attention, man. I like to do stuff in my own time and just be in my own little circle. But it's cool. I mean, it's always good to get recognition for like being good at what you love or like good at like what you do. You know what I'm saying? So it's always good to get your flowers, but it's a little bit I wouldn't say annoying. Annoying is too much. Like it's a little bit just like extra sometimes because it's just like, okay. But I'm not famous. Like I'm not like somebody, I'm not Kevin Durant, I'm not Kyrie Irving, I'm not James Harden. So you know what I'm saying? So I'm not like famous. So it's just like you shouldn't be like, I don't know. I don't want to say you shouldn't be looking at me like that, but you shouldn't be looking at me like that. You know what I'm saying? So like and not to say like I get looked at like that, but I'm saying like in any capacity, it shouldn't happen like that. So, yeah, I mean, it's cool. I mean, some of the videos are funny. Filet is hilarious, so they're always funny when I see them. They're always hilarious when I see them, and I like watching highlights. I can watch highlights all day, so seeing them is dope. And so, yeah, I mean, that's kind of my answer. The Kyrie thing was hilarious, though.
Yeah, I thought that. At the time, I see you being on Twitter, and I'm like, Mike's bored. And I'm like, yo, sometimes you just be putting stuff out there just to say stuff. Not the Kyrie thing, but I'm just saying like in general. Like you just be saying stuff. I feel like sometimes like just to get a reaction or just to see like, just to see if people woke or awake, low key. Because I know you and I know how intelligent you are. Like a lot of people don't know this. And a lot of things you do and say sometimes are like super calculated. Like sometimes you say stuff and do stuff and just be doing it. And then other times you just be doing it just to see what's going to happen.
I be on Twitter. It's fun to me, man. People be thinking I be serious on that shit. It's funny, man. People would be so upset. Do you know how many people was upset that I said Kyrie was the top 5 skilled player ever? They were so upset at me. They like turned it into a Steph Curry versus Kyrie thing. And I was like, I mean, he's top 4. So if you don't got Steph in your top 4, then yes, he is. I mean, that's on you. I mean, what you want from me? Yes, he is. Secretly, I wanted to tell him that I think he never won, but I didn't say it. I just kind of said he was top 4 and just left it at that.
Uh-huh.
So, I mean, you could be mad at me about a whole bunch of other people if you wanted to, but we'll leave it alone. I mean, it's not my fault. I think he's skilled. I didn't say he was better than anyone. I just said,
Hey man, I'm not arguing with you.
He can play basketball. It's not my fault. I mean,
I'm not.
Work on your game.
I'm not arguing with you at all. Now, I want to go back to the Portland Pro-Am, and it's something that I think it's huge, and I think I commend you for you doing it. You, Kevin Pritchard, and the other guys for out there hooping and really trying to basically put on for your city. So talk about that. Talk about like you said. I mean, obviously you're a hooper and you love to hoop, but let's talk about specifically why the Portland Pro-Am, and you was there every game, going, putting up numbers, and then talk specifically about the game with you and Kevin Pritchard, the game where y'all went crazy and kind of, that another game that kind of went viral.
I actually coached some games too, because I almost got in trouble for the NBA because I played in the game I was supposed to. But yeah, I mean, it was for the city, and like people liked it, and people came out, people came to watch, and kids came to watch. And people were, not to sound like cocky, but some people were coming to watch me. So I didn't want to like disappoint them and not show up just because I was at home and I didn't feel like going. And it was only like 10 minutes from my house, so it was easy to get to. So, I was definitely going to show up every game. I was definitely going to participate and, be there and just, be around, be touchable. Where I'm from, there's not a lot of professional athletes in general, NBA, NFL, overseas, MLB. It's not just a lot of us in general. It's like 10 of us. Maybe it's probably like 6 of us, 5 of us right now playing right now. So so I like to be touchable. I like for like kids to like see like, yeah, if you make it big, it's cool. Like, you don't got to be like vulnerable. You don't got to be like out here like doing dumb stuff, but you can be around other people. You can be touchable. You can talk to other kids. So I try to make that a point when I'm home and just, be around and be amongst the city and not try to be like away or spread out. And that's basically what the Portland Pro-Am was. Bringing it back was about just like bringing back something for the city and having people show up and participate and making it just something that people can come watch, and especially post-COVID where, everybody wasn't able to come watch anything. So, it was big for the summer, to be honest.
Talk about that the game where you and Kevin went crazy. How'd you let him outscore you? Like you went for 93. I thought you would be.
Do you want to know the real answer, or do you want me to give you a PG answer?
Nah, the real answer.
We played on a Saturday, I think, and I had just flew in like 30 minutes before the game from Cabo for a week.
Okay.
And I was in no condition to play a basketball game.
You was coming off the couch.
Yeah, I was in no position to play a basketball game at that point in my life. I don't know how I survived. I asked for a sub 4 times in Pro-Am, so it wasn't a good day for me. So I mean, to be honest, he came fresh off of summer league and was like in game mode, and it was ready to go and was serious, and he took it real serious the whole game. which I mean, I feel him. He shot a lot, but he made a lot of shots too.
He made a lot.
I don't know. And we played a real game. That's what people don't realize. We played 12-minute quarters in Pro-Am. Yeah. Everybody else in Pro-Am plays 8-minute quarters. We played 12-minute quarters. Yeah. So that's a whole extra quarter, 2 quarters. Yeah. So, I mean, it was a long time to be playing. The score was like 178 to 176, and I missed the game winner. So it wasn't like we got blown out.
It was a competitive game. It was competitive.
Yeah, so it was just a long game, and it was tiring. And, I think I had like 4 points in like the first quarter. I think I only had like 15 in the first half.
Really?
But they were winning by like 20.
And you came back
at the end of the half, and I was just like, all right, I guess I'm gonna have to try to conjure up something. You play with me. Sometimes I can conjure some stuff up out of nowhere and make some stuff happen.
Yeah, and you get hot out of nowhere. You know what I mean? So that means y'all gotta run it back again next year.
I mean, yeah. I mean, he'll play again. I hope so. We talk every once in a while. I mean, I wouldn't say we're like close because we're like really different age brackets. Yeah. I think he's like 22, 23, and obviously I'm 31. So, I mean, we in different age brackets, but I mean, he's definitely from the city and he's putting on for sure. And he's done it in multiple levels, put it on, and he's the one right now. So, I mean, he'll come and play, I hope. He should come and play. He had a team this year, so he should have a team next year. He won't play Summer League next year for sure, and he had to this year, so he didn't play as many games as I think he wanted to. But I'm pretty sure he'll play more next year, and it'll be even bigger next year because we'll have some nice things going. I think we'll have some more guests and stuff. So it'll be even bigger.
I'm gonna pull up next year. I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna play, but I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna pull up and I'm gonna.
Man, you more than welcome to come join the Mike James team, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna come pull up.
Will played.
I know. I see
Will played. He stunk it up, but he played. He for sure stunk it up. He came in like how Will be in the summer, man. Sometimes Will summer is nothing.
Yeah.
He'd be sick of basketball sometimes.
So I got a few more questions, and I'm gonna get you out on this one. So you bought your house, and this is just kind of a off-topic, off-serious question. You bought your house. What was the one thing that you splurged on for your house that was kind of like non-negotiable? Like it was probably something that was like you didn't necessarily need to do it, but you was like, it was my house. I'm gonna buy it anyway.
Well, first of all, I built it, so some of the stuff is just unnecessary in general. So, like, I got a fire pit outside. I really don't need a fire pit, but I got one. I got a detachable weight room that's just like, it looked like a garage, but it's just gonna be a weight room. So I really don't need that, but I got it. The theater room, I probably didn't need, but I did it anyway. It was supposed to be another bedroom, but I said no, and I changed it. I think actually my game room. I think I showed you my game room. My game room. It's a lot going on in there. It's like double. It's double monitored. It's got computers and it's got the little Mortal Kombat and Pac-Man.
Pac-Man joint.
I really didn't need none of that, but I like it and I play games, so whatever.
What's one thing about you that EuroLeague fans don't know, or just basketball fans in general?
People like me, man. I'm actually really funny, man. I think people don't be knowing that, man.
Thanks.
People just think everybody hates me and I'm an asshole, but I'm not, man. People like me and I'm funny, man. I need to change that one. That's the only one that actually bothers me. I think everyone else doesn't bother me. People like me, man. People be, I be talking to people, man. People like me in Europe, man.
Nah, that's the truth. Like all like you're respected amongst every basketball player. Like everybody respects you. Everybody knows what it is. So I think a lot of us just look from the outside looking in and look at like the fans and some of the other stuff that be going on. We'd be like, yo, if you really knew Mike, you wouldn't even felt that way.
I mean, I'm a funny guy, man. I got jokes, man. For sure, I'm gonna crack jokes when I see you. I don't know what I'm gonna say, but it's gonna be something ridiculous that I probably shouldn't say.
what's your favorite place to play in EuroLeague, and who is the opponent that you like playing? Specific player. Who's the one player that you just like, that's the player I want to go up against? And then also vice versa, who's the toughest opponent that you got to, like, if you play against this person, it's going to be a battle.
What came to my mind, I don't want to say, but
keep at it. Keep at it.
What I was gonna say was so crazy. It wouldn't have helped. It wouldn't have helped for the thing I just said. But I was gonna say, can't nobody, man. Can't nobody, man. Way friendly too, man. Damn. But I'm trying to think. Where do I like playing? You know what? I like playing the Zagiris Center. I like the gyms, not really because of the fans, man. I just like their gyms. I used to really like playing in the one place in Turkey that Brad Wanamaker used to play that I can't say the name.
Derek Shopper.
Yeah, however you say it.
Mm-hmm.
But who I don't like playing. Well, Shane's games is always fun.
Not so much you don't Shane's like, but somebody like you just like it's gonna be like it's gonna be a fun matchup, or someone's gonna be a tough matchup. Like you gotta bring your A game for that one.
Shane's games is always fun just because I know what everybody else is waiting to see. Yeah. So the hype around it, especially that one year when he was going crazy, I think that was
yeah.
That one year, the COVID year, everybody, it was a little bit of a buzz over that game. Yeah, that game was, that year was crazy. Just because how good he was.
Y'all went back and forth like the first. I can't remember. I know the first quarter was crazy. I can't remember how it went, but I feel like it was like the first couple buckets. Like he scored something, and you came down and scored something like that.
Yeah, that the buzz around the game leading up, it was just like, we gotta. But those games is always fun. It was kind of Nick Kalathis. I think because we played together for so long, he just kind of knows what I kind of want to do. Yeah, he knows me real well, and he's kind of taller. I don't know why he doesn't really give me trouble, but he kind of bothers me sometimes. Yeah. He got good hands. He bothers me a little bit sometimes.
He's an underrated defender. Like he don't get a lot of credit for like his defense. Like I guess because he's such a great passer and everybody knows him for that, but like people don't really like pinpoint like his defense. Like,
that's how people think you do one thing well, they'll give you credit for nothing else. People think I only score basketball, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just how it goes, man. You do one thing too good, you can't do nothing else. That's just what they mark you for.
Facts.
But Nick and Shane probably. I get it. I get him. I gotta think some more. Campazzo used to be one too.
Yeah. I didn't like.
Just because he just got like reckless abandon. Like he don't care about his body. He just put it like throw it in there. I'm like, bro.
And he don't stop. Like that's the thing about it. Like he don't stop. Yeah.
Like I could score whatever shot ever on him, and he don't care. It's just like, all right. Well.
He just going to keep going. He don't keep going. Like a play, like I'll set one screen on him, then somebody come around, and he'll set another screen on him. He rolling like it's like he don't stop, bro. He don't stop.
And I just scored a lot of buckets on Madrid, and he don't care. He didn't care not one time.
Just keep going.
All right. Tough one too. I get that.
Last two questions. Advice for younger players that want to be the next Mike James or want to be successful, have a successful basketball career, just be successful in life, period.
Keep going. I mean, just because the first door didn't work for you don't mean the second door won't. So, you know what I'm saying? Keep pushing through. Everything can't be successful. Some things have to fail. That's how you learn and grow. So, just like you're not going to make every shot, you're not going to stop shooting after you don't make a shot. So, keep going.
And then my last question is, what the Packers going to be in the Super Bowl or not? Waiting to put some money up right here.
I mean, we got the GOAT, man. So, when you got the GOAT, You pretty much you do whatever you want, man. I mean, A-Rod. I mean, everybody, y'all know about Aaron Rodgers. I don't know why. You know what I'm saying? Whenever a good quarterback come around, he go crazy. People be like, "Oh yeah, he just like Aaron Rodgers." They don't ever say it, but they don't be. They don't be like Aaron. It's only one Aaron, you know.
All right,
he
going to make
dresses
this
up like John Wick and dances and Pooh Shiesty. You know, it's Aaron Rodgers around here, man.
We're going to have to make this bet, bro. We're going to have to make this bet to see if the Packers get to the Super Bowl.
You don't even got a team, man.
My team is terrible, but I just like rooting against whoever your team is.
That's crazy. Why you want to root against me? That's wild.
I just like doing it. Like literally, I swear, every time the Packers lose, I swear I want to text you. Like, I swear, I was like, nah, I'm gonna chill. I mean, I don't lose that often, but I swear, like, I swear, I don't know if it's just hate. It probably is hate. I ain't gonna lie to you, but it just is what it is.
Get that out your heart, man.
It is what it is, man.
When they lost week 1, I was like, yeah. When they lost week 1, I was like, yeah, we're gonna be bad this year. Aaron don't care. He wanna go home. But we've been good ever since, man. Aaron been throwing that ball around.
Yeah, man, turn around. But I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you taking the time. Like I said, you my guy. It's always good to talk and, you know, conversate and, you know what I mean, crack some jokes. So I appreciate you, man.
Anytime, my brother. Just hit me.
Yeah, anytime, man. All the best. I wish you luck throughout the remainder of the season. I mean, we'll link up soon.
Yeah, I wish you all the best too, except for 2 games, man.
Stay away from me. You already know. Subscribe to the Players Podcast to listen to more conversations with your favorite player about their careers and interests off the court. You can also check out Upward TV and GTM Family Productions on YouTube for more content. Thank you for listening.